Okay, I'd like to welcome you back to Channel Sports on Sunday. If you're just tuning in, I'd like to welcome you to Channel Sports on Sunday. To this segment, to be precise, this segment that we get to update you with goings on in the world of football. My name is Eyitayo Balogun Jr., but I'm not going to do this segment alone, I beg your pardon. I have a gentleman that when he gets to analyze the game, you can rest assured he's talking on authority. Larry Pinel. It's good to see you in the studio. Noddy will not be joining us in this, on today's segment, but Larry,
always a pleasure. You don't have to call me Wenger.
I was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Always a pleasure to be in the studio.
All right, quickly, guys, let's talk about what is going on in the world of football. We'll start with under 17 and the Champions League as well, at the local scene. Champions League games took place. CAF Champions League, I beg your pardon, games took place yesterday. We have two representatives talking about Enyimba FC and Kano Pillars. Enyimba will get to play today, but Kano Pillars played yesterday. Warri Wolves and Dolphin played at the CAF Champions League, but I'm going to take you through the games that were played yesterday at the CAF Champions League. Kano Pillars played yesterday, and the game ended 3-0 in favor of Kano Pillars. They qualified 5 goals on aggregate. The scorelines on your screen. Warri Wolves also played. They won that game 3-0. Remember, they played the first leg and won 1-0. So they qualified for the next stage. 4 goals on aggregate. Dolphins, we thought they were going to struggle because they lost that first game. Eventually, when they got to play the second leg, they got a goal and ended up playing penalties. They qualified 5-3 on penalties. The 4 guys doing their duty, qualifying for the next stage. Are you surprised? Pleasantly pleased?
I'm not surprised. They had done the job away, particularly for Warri Wolves and Kano Pillars. All they needed to do was just come home and consolidate, and that was exactly what they did. Particularly for Kano Pillars. I loved the atmosphere yesterday. The stadium was packed full. You saw everybody shouting, say Mesugida. Everybody. They had maximum support, so it was going to be an anticlimax, so to speak, if they had not gone ahead to win that game yesterday. But they did, and instructively they kept a clean sheet. Remember, they went away, kept a clean sheet. Yesterday also kept a clean sheet. Theophilus Afeloha wasn't even in goal, and it was brilliant. Gambo Mohamed, Tony Jamaro didn't play, but Rabiu Ali played, and Christian Obiozo missed a job done, and that's the most important thing. The Dolphins, Enyimba will play today in the CAF Champions League. Yep. Talking about CAF Confederations Cup, Dolphins, you expected that it was always going to be difficult. They didn't have an away goal. They lost 1 goal away, and it was important that they score an early goal, and they did that. Gift Atuloma scored a beautiful free kick, in the 29th minute, and from then on, you thought, okay, maybe they'll get a second goal. They didn't, and it ended 1 apiece on aggregate, and they went into penalties. And Sunday Rotimi, we must say, the age-long Sunday Rotimi made a spectacular save for Dolphins in goal, saved one of those penalties, and Dolphins were able to proceed to the next round. So kudos to them. What they get right now is that they will face a club African in the next level for all their troubles. While Kano Pillars, for qualifying, they will face a Suwen of Morocco. Beautiful one. Anybody expect them to round up today? Warri also won the week, and they did the job yesterday.
All right, they look good. I must say, Enyimba will be playing Buffers later on today. Remember, the first leg they did win. 3-0, and we expect them to actually go ahead and consolidate that victory and qualify for the next stage as well. 3 teams have qualified for the next stage, like you said, giving us possible opponents that they will be meeting, and we expect Enyimba to also qualify alongside the other 3 teams. Having said that, let's talk about under 17. Yes, they will not be winning the title this time around. They will not be they won't have been defending anyway because they came second behind Ivory Coast. Talking about under 17, they will be playing the 3rd place later on today. They'll be taking on Guinea Guinea, I beg your pardon, and Mali will be taking on South Africa. It's a must win. Remember the last time they played in the group stage, in this particular tournament, they played a 1-1 game, a draw, and going into this particular 3rd place, you will, Amunike is condemned to actually win this 3rd place.
He's not tired.
I mean,
you are the one who is always putting pressure on this guy. You particularly. It's not fair. It is an under-17 tournament. He's not condemned to win. He is only condemned to give us stars who will play for the future. He's condemned to give us Kelechi Nwakali, who will replace Emeka Obi. He's condemned to giving us a Victor Osimhen, who will replace a Brownie Day or an Emenike. He's condemned to give us an Akpan Udo, who will replace a Vincent Eyama. He's condemned to bring up stars at the under-17 level. Where I'll be particularly sad about what has happened from this tournament, South Africa won us 1-0. Where I'll be sad is if in the next 5 years, they beat us again. Right now, South Africa has a template. They are building from the bottom up. And they have shown it now. They've defeated us 1-0 in this tournament. If they meet us in the next 6 years, these same boys, maybe at the under 23 level, or maybe Bafana and Super Eagles, and they still defeat us. That is where I'll be sad. So for me, the result is inconsequential.
Okay. All right. Maybe I should also go ahead and say this. Two guys were responsible for most of the goals we got. Unlike the 2013 boys under Manu Gaba, they were fantastic. At the group stages, they scored about 16 goals. At this group stage, we scored about 6 goals. A lot of people are not particularly comfortable or satisfied with the way this under 17 side have played. That is why people will say, that's why some people have come out to say that, look, I think you should win a game. You should win a laurel or something to make all us go to bed easy. That, look, we have the World Cup in focus. And that's why some people will say he's actually condemned to win the 3rd place. If he doesn't win the 3rd place, and under 17 don't win the 3rd place, a lot of people will not sleep easy going to the World Cup.
You have a point to a large extent, but for me, it is about going to the World Cup, and they've qualified for the World Cup. I expect that they will get better with time. This same team have been defeating teams 9-0, 7-1 in the academies, but you may say that is academies. In 38 games, they scored about 121 goals. You know, up friendlies and important results. When they played, what's it called now, Gabon, they defeated Gabon 5-0 here, then I think 2-1 away, 7 goals to 1 aggregate. The beauty of it is that the team can only get better. You mentioned the fact that 2 players have been